Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the second video of my YouTube channel, OC Interiors. To those of you who are thinking, cool, his first video, he was sweating, he's sweating in this one as well. It is a little later on from the first video, but it is also absolutely chucking it down. It's raining, good old British summer weather, which is why I am indoors. Sat in the lovely old antique living room that is part of the house share that I currently live in. A few of you might have spotted in the background the stag picture. See if I can get him in. There we go. That is a print. It's not the original. I'm not a millionaire. And the original is in one of the British museums. I believe it might be the Tate. It is the painting Monica the Glen. Really quite a famous painting. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go and check it out. It is a beautiful thing. But seeing as it's tipping down with rain and I can't go out on any antique hunting adventures, I thought I would talk about something which is quite relevant due to the weather. And that is, well, I may as well show you what it is firstly, and then we'll get on to the main topic. Okay, so I would like to introduce you to this rather odd-looking character, which is a 1970s, either Italian or Spanish, umbrella stick stand. I picked it up probably about a year ago now in an auction for the princely sum of £20. Now he is or she is an umbrella or stick stand. Excuse me. Now although those are now sort of, you do see them about, but you know they tend to not be in this style particularly. But back in the day, Victorian times, Edwardian, Georgian, stick stands were pretty much a common thing in most households, particularly wealthy households. You can get some really lovely ones that are made of wood with a metal tray at the bottom for catching the rain. But this item is kitsch, a little bit ugly, quite weird. But I bought it with the sole purpose of moving it on. I've now had it for quite a while, actually, in my living room, or the living room that I live in, that I share, sorry. Now, the thing I wanted to talk about was repurposing. Now, you could repurpose all sorts of antiques. You hear about upcycling. That's been a thing for many years now. Upcycling isn't really something that I'm particularly a huge fan of. The thing with upcycling is that people tend to take, well, the idea is you're supposed to take some fairly battered bits of furniture and turn it into something else. But it's kind of become sort of the term for taking just about anything and turning it into a light or turning it into a piece of artwork or something like that. I'm sure you've all been in some fairly sort of hipster, little bit gentrified pubs where they've taken industrial light fittings and used them in the bar. I've got no issue at all with that. I love a bit of industrial lighting. It's when they're taking things like beer bottles that don't really have any particular age or anything like that, and they're using them as light fittings. It's being done. It's a little bit cheap nowadays. And the whole sort of upcycling world it's more, in my opinion, I understand why it's done, but, people go for that sort of shabby, chic look when actually it just looks a bit cheap, particularly when they've taken something like a solid Victorian, say a dresser or chest of drawers or something like that, and they've stripped all the veneer off because it's not fashionable, and they've painted it cream or something like that. If you're going to do that, go out and buy some pine furniture, repurpose it, because you're not losing that piece's originality and its authenticity. It'll obviously have some wear and that's the thing, but it's patina, We all end up with scars and marks and that sort of thing over the years, so it's natural for your furniture to have the same sort of thing. But On to, this item that's a bit of a hoot, if you'll excuse the terrible pun. I've put a short on with this item in it as well, but I thought you might be interested to see how I tend to use it day to day. Basically, I am fairly keen in the garden, try and do what I can. I can't do very much at the moment because of the weather, but I try and do my bit where I can, helps me relax. But this owl, I will just sit up so I can sort this out. I tend to repurpose and use with this, at the moment, rather disgusting fake plant, just for display, really. But as you can see, it's rather quite fetching. Always looks rather good in the middle of a table or in the corner of a room. Just sort of makes it pop. And yeah, if anybody has any questions about this slightly bizarre owl, please send me a message, or you can go onto Instagram and contact me from there at OC Interiors. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day.